我天圣脚必反。
将那狐狸和狮子拿下，带回大理寺。
皇帝也在圣教安插的眼线。
按律，满门抄。
Hello guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're checking out the Tales of Herding Gods episode 60, spoiler. This part gets pretty interesting. So I thought, why not share it with you guys? All right then, let's jump straight into the story. All right, so the moment that dragon, Keelan, shot into the lake, yeah, it didn't just splash. It launched the whole lake into chaos. I'm already thinking, oh boy, someone's about to freak out. And sure enough, this Taoist comes sprinting over, waving a horsetail whisk like he's about to reel in a monster. He flicks it at the water, and the threads spread out like this giant magical fishing net. Honestly, pretty cool, for about 2 seconds. Rumble. The whole lake shivers like it's alive, and the Taoist just grunts. His whisk basically explodes, leaving him holding the sad little handle. And he knows. Oh, he knows he messed up. He spins around and takes off yelling, "Demon, how dare you bathe in the royal Jade Dragon Lake? I'll have you executed." Sure, buddy, run faster. Now, while all this chaos is happening, the scholars from the Imperial College are just wrapping up Qi cultivation class in the Hall of Pure Yang. Taoist Ling Yun was teaching today, the guy who literally cultivates Qi into pure Yang. Pretty serious stuff. But before anyone even gets back to the scholar's residence, they freeze. And honestly, same. Because what they're seeing is insane. A massive red fish is flying through the air. Not swimming, flying. Red scales, dragon horns, razor-sharp teeth. This thing looks like it couldn't decide if it wanted to be a fish or a dragon. So it just went, why not both? But it's totally locked down by streams of vital qi, drifting helplessly through the sky. And then everyone notices a gust of demon wind pushing it along. I'm like, okay, who's behind this? Then I see it. Behind the fish, this giant dragon Killen comes charging in, shaking water everywhere. And look, there's a white fox casually standing on its head, like this is her daily commute, using demon wind to carry the fish. The Killen barrels straight into Scholar's residence and drops the giant fish in Akadishan Quinn's courtyard like a delivery package. The fox jumps off, slips inside, and slams the door shut. The scholars are just staring. One finally mutters, "I think that's the red dragon carp, one of the fish kings, the Emperor's New Year feast specialty." And another guy goes, "My dad tasted it last year, but it was only a foot long. This one's, yeah." Before anyone can even recover, the door creaks open again. The white fox pops out, looks around like she's checking for witnesses, then trots to a mulberry tree. She spits out demon wind, chops the whole tree down, then carves it into firewood with these curved wind blades, and she hauls every piece back inside. A moment later, smoke. A lot of smoke. Oh yeah, they're roasting that fish, and the scholars are horrified. Queeting whispers, that was the ambition tree. Monk Ching San planted it to inspire us. Well, not anymore. Soon, the smell hits them, and it smells amazing. You can practically see their souls leaving their bodies. These two, this fox and the dragon Killen, dragged a royal fish king out of the lake, chopped down an official motivation tree, and are now barbecuing the whole thing like it's a weekend hangout. At this point, the scholars are probably wondering if this is rebellion or just insane confidence. Then they hear voices. "Young master, how's the taste?" Keen Mew answers casually, like he's reviewing a restaurant dish. "Not bad. Could have been better if it was marinated. A whole day of marinating would make it crisp and tender. This thing's huge, though. Where'd you even get it?" "From the lake." "Oh, I got it." Keen Mew just keeps talking, totally relaxed. "Grand Chancellor and I once fished there. We only caught a small 9-dragon carp, but the soup was great. Nice choice using mulberry wood, by the way. Gives that sweet, fruity smoke." And the scholars? Yeah, they're still standing outside, jaws on the floor, wondering what kind of fever dream they've just witnessed. So over in Scholar's residence, every single scholar is already grinning like they've bought front row tickets to someone's disaster. And Kwa Ting? Oh, he's loving this. He leans in and whispers, almost excited. "Yeah, academician Qin is done. Like he can't wait for the drama to start. Meanwhile, inside the courtyard, Qinmu is just vibing. He's calmly turning this massive red dragon carp on a wooden skewer while a roaring mulberry wood fryer blazes underneath, controlled perfectly by the dragon Qilin like he's some kind of gourmet chef. The outside's getting crisp, the inside's getting tender, and honestly, my stomach is already growling. The dragon Qilin adjusts the flames so carefully, you'd think he trained at a 5-star kitchen. The mulberry wood gives off this thick, sweet steam, and Hulinger nudges the wind so that smoky flavor sinks right into the fish. I'm watching all this thinking, okay, this is some next-level teamwork. They're stuffing mulberry leaves, onions, ginger, everything good into the belly of the fish. And when the fish oil starts sizzling and dripping into the fire, that smell just hits you like a punch. You can almost taste it in the air. When it's finally cooked, Hulinger goes full pro mode. Wind blades, shuck, 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 and she slices the fattest, juiciest belly meat off with perfect precision. Every piece drops onto the plate like it's choreographed. Each slice looks like translucent jade. Honestly, it almost feels wrong to eat something that pretty. Qinmu lowers the fire, and the three of them, human, fox, dragon Qilin, sit beside the bonfire eating like it's a cozy camping trip instead of casually committing royal culinary crimes. Then suddenly, Qinmu's eyes widen a little, like a weird thought just hit him. He remembers this bizarre technique from the great educational heavenly devil scriptures. Spirit returning pill great supplement technique. And yeah, the name sounds odd, but the technique itself is even stranger. So he activates it, and basically, it lets him eat anything and convert it straight into energy and vital key. No waiting, no digestion time, just instant power-up through snacking. I mean, what a cheat code. And since he's super skinny right now, he needs it. Plus, this fish has been absorbing 9 dragon ki for years, so it's delicious and insanely nutritious. As soon as he starts using the technique, you can literally see his shriveled muscles slowly filling back in. Not fast, but steady. And considering the fish is 10 yards long, yeah, he's gonna be fine. Hulinger taps out first. She's stuffed beyond belief. The dragon Qilin shrugs. He's used to eating scarlet fire spirit pills, so this is kind of basic for him. But Qinmu? Nope, he keeps going. Just quietly eating around the fire like it's the best day of his life. Then, knock knock, Hulinger waddles over, stomach bulging, and opens the door. And in walks Wei Young, nose twitching like a hunting dog. Perfect timing for lunch, he grins. I smelled something amazing from Brother Qin's place, so I thought, why not? Then he freezes. Wait, did the stone dragon lion at the mountain gate come to life? And little fox, how are you fatter than me already? Hulinger just snorts, not having it. Then Wei Young turns and sees Qinmu, and his brain short circuits. Wait, hold on. Did the little fox borrow Qinmu's male force to boost her feminine health by sleeping with him? Brother Qin, why are you so skinny? And at this point, Hulinger almost explodes. I didn't get the chance, okay? Don't talk nonsense. Wei Young just blinks. If you didn't do it, who did? Look, I knew something was off when Brother Qin walked into the capital asking where the cat house was. The moment I saw you this skinny, yeah, your body clearly couldn't handle, and at this point, Qinmu just sighs. This whole thing is getting ridiculous. He gestures to the fire, exhausted but amused. Come on, sit, eat, please.
Wei Young doesn't even wait for permission. He just reaches in, tears off this massive chunk of fish, and pops it into his mouth. The moment he bites down, his eyes go wide. The meat's so soft and buttery, it practically slips straight down his throat. I mean, he looks so shocked, I'm half expecting him to choke on his own tongue. He's chewing, delighted, mumbling through a full mouth. By the way, the directorates, yeah, they're not happy. You've been skipping lessons for months. Some of them are saying the emperor promoted an incompetent imperial academician. Also, what happened to you? Why are you so skinny? Qinmu just answers calmly, like this is no big deal. I messed up in my cultivation. Almost died. Then he adds, thankfully I caught it early. Now I'm just rebuilding my energy. Wei Young laughs, shaking his head. You've got guts, man! Reckless guts. Look, I'm an imperial scholar now. I've got connections at Duke's Manor. Tell me what pills you need. I'll grab a whole sack if you want. But Qinmu waves him off. If I finish this fish, I'll be fine. No pills needed. And Wei Young's like, all right, but have you heard? Chancellor Ba Shan and Grand Chancellor Gu literally beat each other bloody outside the capital. Even the emperor freaked out. He lets out this huge burp like a firecracker and keeps going. My father and a bunch of top officials had to drag them apart. The emperor scolded them both so hard people heard it from the street. I went to ask around, then came back here for food. Oh, and before you returned, Chancellor Ba Shan told me he wants to take me out for some kind of training trip. So I think Kinmu just raises his hand. Brother Wei, don't talk while eating. And honestly, fair enough. A while later, Wei Young finally taps out. The chubby kid is now even chubbier, and he's tapping his stomach like defeat has been declared. But when he looks over and sees Kinmu still eating like it's nothing, he freezes. Kinmu's stomach doesn't bulge at all. He just keeps going like a bottomless pit. Wei Young leans closer, pinches his arm, and almost yelps. It's all solid muscle. By the time they're done, the entire 10-yard fish is gone. All that's left is a giant skeleton lying across the courtyard. Kinmu looks completely restored, actually stronger, and Wei Young is staring at him like he's some kind of monster upgrade. Where did you buy that thing? Wei Young finally asks, still drooling even though he physically can't eat anymore. Kinmu just says it casually like he's talking about picking apples. Oh, this one? Fished it out of Jade Dragon Lake. Wei Young freezes. Which Jade Dragon Lake? The one at Imperial College. And this time, Wei Young fully stops breathing. Are Imperial College's Jade Dragon Lake? Wait. This is one of the fish kings from there? Kinmu looks at Hulinger and she nods proudly. I told Big Dragon to catch the biggest one. That's the one he brought back. And now Wei Young's face just drains out completely. He glances around the courtyard, sees the scattered mulberry leaves and broken branches, and he puts two and two together. Then his voice cracks. When I came back earlier, I saw the ambition tree was gone. Just a stump left. Don't tell me, that mulberry tree was the ambition tree? Hulinger looks shocked. The tree had a name? Wei Young turns ghost white. Stumbling backwards, he mutters like a man walking into his own funeral. Cutting down the ambition tree to roast the fish king of Jade Dragon Lake? Even if I had 10 heads, the emperor would chop off all of them. Nope, I was never here. I saw nothing. I was never here. And honestly, yeah, I'd run too.
So picture this. Gu Lunwan has barely stepped back from the palace, literally still dust on his robe, when the Taoist from Jade Dragon Lake comes running over shouting like the sky is falling. A fox demon and a dragon-headed lion are causing havoc. They bathed in the lake. They beat me up. And Gu Lunwan just freezes. You can actually see his soul leave his body for a second. The fish king of the red dragon carp species got carried away by that dragon lion? He's shaking. Whose fox and dragon lion are this insane? I've only held this job for a month, and someone's already trying to sabotage me? And before he even gets a breath in, boom, another report drops. Grand Chancellor, the fox raised by Academician Quinn. Yeah, she chopped down the ambition tree and used it as firewood to roast that fish king. Imperial Academician Quinn and Imperial Scholar Wei Young are currently, cleaning up the bones? The look on Gu Lunwan's face. Oh, he's thrilled. Like this is the best day of his life. This brat, he says, eyes lighting up. I've been wondering how to create trouble for him, and he delivers himself right to my door. Perfect. Ba Shan, that idiot, will have nothing to say now. Suddenly, he's full of energy. He jumps to his feet and shouts, all right, let's go arrest them. I want evidence. I want witnesses. Drag them straight to the Temple of Justice. Execute his whole family. Then we'll send a beautiful report to the emperor. Someone nervously asks, what about Scholar Wei Young? Gu Lunwan waves it off. Arrest him too. We'll punish them together. And then he laughs. Turns out these shoes aren't tight at all. They fit perfectly. So they storm into Scholar's residence like they're kicking down the gates of a bandit hideout. But when they reach Kinmu's courtyard, he's gone. Only the fox and the dragon Qilin are there, snoring like they just finished a feast, which To be fair, they did. Gu Lunwan kicks the dragon Qilin awake. Where's the brat named Qin? The dragon Qilin lifts his head, blinking like he had the best nap ever. He was here a moment ago. Someone from the palace came to invite him. Gu Lunwan gasps, then grins like he cracked the case. Oh, the emperor must already know. Summoned him to the palace to execute him personally. Good. And he still has my junior protector sword. Death is too kind for him. He points dramatically. Well, what are you waiting for? Arrest the fox and the dragon Qilin. I'm going to the palace. I want to see his execution with my own eyes. The chancellors and the Jade Dragon Lake Daoists scramble to chain up the dragon Qilin. Poor Huling Aaron tries to bolt, but nope, they catch her too. Gu Lunwan rushes to the palace gates, breathless with excitement, and requests an audience. A guard answers, His Majesty is in the Imperial Garden. Please head there. Gu Lunwan frowns. The Imperial Garden? He's beheading Qin Mu there? Wow, His Majesty must be furious. But when he steps inside, he just hears laughter. Real, warm, happy laughter. He rounds a corner, confused, and sees Emperor Yongfeng walking with Empress Dowager, supporting her arm gently. A few officials follow behind. And right there, on the left side of Empress Dowager, is Qin Mu, chatting, making her laugh. Gu Lunwan almost collapses. The emperor sees him, waves him over. My official, what brings you here? Gu Lunwan gulps, then kneels dramatically. Your Majesty, Academician Qin let a dragon Qilin jump into Jade Dragon Lake and catch the Fish King. He roasted it. Jade Dragon Lake is royal property. Red dragon carp is imperial cuisine. Such arrogance is a death crime. I dare not hide anything. The emperor raises an eyebrow. This really happened? He turns to Qin Mu. Official Qin, what do you say? Qin Mu bows respectfully. I'm someone who grew up outside civilized society. I didn't know the rules of the capital. I didn't know Jade Dragon Lake belonged to the royal family. I didn't know the fish were forbidden. I acted rashly. Your Majesty may punish me as you see fit. The emperor gives him a long look. This is a death crime, he says slowly. Even though I recognize your worth, the law is the law. How do you expect me to deal with you? And the whole garden goes silent. Gu Lunwan grinning like a shark. Qin Mu, calm as ever. Everyone waiting to see what happens next. So Gu Lunwan, thinking he finally has the perfect moment to bury Qin Mu, steps forward with this smug little grin. Your Highness, he says, according to the law, you'll have to execute his whole family. And honestly, he really thinks he's nailed it. But then Empress Dowager, calm, elegant, not even blinking, smiles and says, Emperor, I agree. The little divine physician should be beheaded. And the emperor just stops, turns, blinking like, wait, what? Mom, why does mother say that? He asks, genuinely confused. Empress Dowager walks forward, so gracefully, it's almost theatrical. She speaks in this cool, leisurely tone, the kind that makes everyone else sweat. Of course he should be beheaded, she says. If you don't execute him, how will the world know the emperor values a fish more than a human? If you don't kill Academician Qin, how will they know the emperor treasures a lake more than a life? Only if you behead the divine physician who cured me over a fish will the world understand you're an incapable ruler. And oh man, that was sarcasm powerful enough to peel paint off a wall. The emperor bursts out laughing, then waves a hand, totally done with this nonsense. Lord Gu, don't bother me with such trifles. Retreat. Gu Lunwan is just frozen, absolutely lost. This retreat, the emperor repeats, not even looking at him. You didn't even guard Ye Dragon Lake properly, but I won't punish you. You're new. But what really annoys me is you fighting with Chancellor Ba Shan. You embarrassed me. If you had won, fine, but you didn't. A Grand Chancellor losing to a Chancellor? You made me lose face. Go reflect. And Gu Lunwan is like a kicked puppy now. He bows weakly, acknowledged. He turns to leave, miserable, when Qin Mu gently speaks up. Lord Gu, please don't make things difficult for my fox or the dragon Qilin. Gu Lunwan's heart jumps. probably thinking, is this kid trying to get me killed twice today? But then Empress Dowager laughs softly. He wouldn't dare, she says. Emperor, you still haven't rewarded the little divine physician for curing me. The emperor waves it off with a chuckle. Mother, he's already an imperial academician, 6th rank. I can't raise him higher yet. He's too young. We'll talk after a few years. Otherwise, the officials will say I favor him too much. Then Empress Dowager turns to Qinmu with this warm smile. Little divine physician, tell me more about when you were younger. Meanwhile, Gu Linwan is shuffling away like a man who's aged 10 years in 10 minutes. He leaves the palace, he's back at Imperial College, and he's seething. No justice, no revenge, nothing, just humiliation. The Taoist from Ye Dragon Lake runs up immediately. Grand Chancellor, was the thief executed? And Gulinwan just explodes. It's all your fault. You only had to guard the lake, and instead you dragged me into this mess and made me look like a fool. He points, furious. Release the fox and the dragon Qilin. The Taoist looks around, completely confused. He didn't even know what he did wrong. But he releases Hulingara and the dragon Qilin anyway. Grand Chancellor, he says nervously, we tried to arrest Wei Yang, but he was with Chancellor Ba Shan. Ba Shan wouldn't let us take him. What do we do? What's Wei Yang's background? Gulinwan snaps. He's from Duke Wei's family. Gulinwan groans. Then don't look for trouble. Just stop. Back in the Imperial Garden, things are calm and peaceful again. Empress Dowager chats a bit longer with Qinmu before he checks her pulse, scribbles a few prescriptions, and says softly, Empress Dowager, you're recovering well. Nothing dangerous remains. That's good, she smiles. Thank you, little divine physician. Qinmu stands to leave, but Emperor Yang Feng stops him. Dear Minister, he says warmly, don't go yet. There's something I want to discuss. He gestures for everyone else to step back. Eunuchs, maids, the whole entourage. Then he walks beside Qinmu as they exit the garden, and with this calm little smile he says, my imperial academician, cult master of heavenly devil cult, abandoned child of great ruins, disciple of the Ye's-Face Poison King. Minister Qin certainly has many identities, and you can feel it, that shift in the air. The emperor isn't angry. He's curious, interested, maybe even impressed. And Qinmu, well, this conversation is about to get very, very interesting.
Qinmu freezes for a second, just a half step, because yeah, if the Imperial Preceptor knows he's the Heavenly Devil Cult's new cult master, then of course Emperor Yan Feng would too. That's not the kind of secret that stays buried, but the Emperor is already a few paces ahead. He turns back with this amused look. Dear Minister, why aren't you catching up? Qinmu quickly hurries forward, smiling like everything is totally normal. Your Majesty has a flood of good fortune that fills the heavens. The Emperor laughs, a real laugh, not the I'm pretending to kind. Heavenly Devil Cult, #1 devil sect in the world. Their cult master studying under the sun of heaven? That's either incredible good fortune or a disaster waiting to happen. What do you think, Minister Teen? Fortune or calamity? And Qinmu, without missing a beat, flips it on him. Your Majesty, if the Tao Master of Tao Sect submitted to you, what title would he receive? The Emperor straightens up a little, all formal suddenly. The Tao Master, head of the righteous path, would be upper first rank. He could be called king. The title would pass on for generations. Qinmu nods and then asks again, and if Rulai of Great Thunderclap Monastery yielded to your Majesty, Rulai, the Emperor says, is unrivaled in Buddhism. If he joined the court, I'd make him upper first rank as well. He would be called Primogender. And then Qinmu drops it. The point he's been leading up to. Eternal Peace has 3 great sacred grounds. You would honor Tao Sect and Great Thunderclap Monastery, yet when the Heavenly Saint cult submits first, you offer only a 6th rank title and then ask if it's a blessing or a curse? Your Majesty, won't the loyal become bitterly disappointed? And the Emperor actually stops, just stops, then nods, impressed. You have a point, he admits. But I can't promote you immediately. You're too young. If I raise your rank too fast, everyone will guess who you really are. Qinmu accepts that with a quiet nod. After a moment, Emperor Yan Feng sighs softly. I know you and Gu Linwan don't get along, and I know you took his junior protector sword, but you're the heavenly devil cult master. Be magnanimous. Don't keep putting him in tight shoes. I placed him in Imperial College. If he keeps getting embarrassed, it reflects on me. Qinmu blinks, then says with the most innocent voice on earth, Your Majesty, how would I dare make him wear tight shoes? The Emperor gives him this look, half amusement, half, really? You're going with that? Didn't you just put him on the spot today? Don't worry. No one can outdo the Imperial Preceptor in sheer audacity. If I dare use him, I can dare use you. Don't overthink it. All right, you may leave. Qinmu steps out of the palace, exhales deeply, and you can just feel the tension drop out of his shoulders. He's finally relaxed because, honestly, if the Imperial Preceptor knows his identity and the Emperor doesn't, that's terrifying. But if both of them know, and neither plans to kill him, yeah, that's actually safer. A little over 10 days pass, Qinmu's West House, overflowing with great abundance coins, all exchanged using dragon saliva. He's so rich that when Chancellor Bashan swings by to grab a few bags, before taking Wei Young and Prince Minwei out for training, Qinmu doesn't even blink. That's just pocket change now. In his free time, Qinmu starts refining pills again. Scarlet Fire spirit pills and a new one that restores spirit energy. Whenever he makes this new pill, he uses Buddhist hand techniques. So the pills literally sing with Buddha's voice. He ends up calling them Spirit Buddha pills. Over the next few days, he practically empties the warehouse, buying herbs, everything he needs for large-scale refining. And good thing too, Imperial College is being mobilized. A rebellion has sparked at the front lines, and the halls are preparing to send scholars for real battlefield training. And guess who gets picked? Yup, Qinmu. Gu Linwan personally selects him, saying he must definitely go since Qinmu, as a 6th rank Imperial academician, gets treatment almost equivalent to the hall directorates. He even assigns Qinmu a group of scholars to lead. But here's the twist. These scholars? 5 elements realm, 0 battle prowess, nowhere near the divine arts practitioners of divine arts residence. In other words, Qinmu's squad is basically the JV team getting tossed into varsity warfare. And oh boy, that's gonna get interesting.
So Qinmu's team, yeah, it was basically him and no one else with authority. No directorate in sight. Gu Lianan's excuse was, well, Qinmu is an imperial academician, so obviously he should lead his own team. But let's be real, everyone knows what this is. The scholars assigned to Qinmu were technically the best of scholars' residents, but compared to the elite groups from Royalties Park or Divine Arts residents, they were not it. Imperial College was full of monsters, absolute powerhouses, and out of all the people Gu Lianan could have chosen, he dumps Qinmu with the weakest possible group? Yeah. This wasn't assignment. This was revenge, wrapped in official paperwork. Still, the team wasn't full of strangers. There was Chain Wan Yun, Monk Yun Kuei, Yue Ching Hong, who brought his wolf slave, Si Yun Song, and finally Qin Yu. Except Qin Yu didn't stick around. His family had influence in the capital. He went to Gu Lianan, whispered a few words, and boom, he got transferred to a safer team with a real directorate. Smart kid, no shame in survival instincts. Meanwhile, Qinmu is in his workshop, refining a whole furnace of Scarlet Fire spirit pills, stretching his arms afterwards like he'd just finished gym day. He's been working non-stop, so the Dragon Shilin won't starve on the battlefield. No time to check on the team, no time to realize these guys are having strategy meetings without him. Monk Yun Kuei corners Qin Wan Yun and Yue Ching Hong, looking like someone who's just seen his life flash before his eyes. This time, the Grand Chancellor is sending us into chaos with Academician Qin. I don't think we're coming back. We don't even have a divine arts practitioner. Chain Wan Yun raises his hand like, actually,
We do. Everyone stares at him. Chain Wanyun smiles just a bit. I've been suppressing my realm. I can break through any time into 6 directions and become a divine arts practitioner. And for a moment, hope flickers, until Yue Qinghong shakes his head grimly. I heard the rebel sects in the south are gathering. They want to wipe out Eternal Peace's influence. Many sects near the capital have already vanished, Dragon Rider sect included. That whole region south of the Surging River belongs to the rebels now. With so many divine arts practitioners there, having just one won't matter. Oof, cold. But fair. Chain Wanyun frowns. Academic Qin's experience in the World War is too shallow. He's too young. How many times has he actually been out there? With him leading us, it's like begging for disaster. Even if I'm strong, I can't compensate for his lack of experience. Junior Sister C, you're quiet. What do you think? Si Yun Song just smiles sweetly and stays silent. No one likes that answer. Monk Yun Kuei sighs heavily. We should pick 1 or 2 escaped divine arts from Floor of Heavenly Records. Might be our only chance. And then departure day arrives. In front of the Hall of Supreme Learning, hundreds of scholars gather. Directorates check their teams, airships fly in, landing one by one. Everyone's boarding except Qin Mu's group. Gulianan strolls over, smiling way too happily. Academician Qin, didn't you hire a ship? The journey is long. You'll have to walk over 10 days. You're an imperial academician. Surely you can afford a little travel expense. Qin Mu gives him the calmest smile known to mankind. Thank you, Grand Chancellor, for your concern. I have nothing but money. I hired a fast ship, very expensive, very fast. The furnace on it was forged by me personally, and suddenly, Chain Wanyun's group starts whispering among themselves. He forged the furnace himself? Is he that petty? Probably a tiny boat. But how does he even know forging? He never stepped foot in Hall of Divine Craft. And honestly, that's a good question, because forging is advanced stuff, Hall of Divine Craft level. Their directorates run imperial shipyards and armory factories. Qin Mu? He never even visited the place. So how did he learn to forge? And that little mystery hangs in the air like smoke right before the ship arrives.
So all the official ships are already lifting off. Smooth, elegant, government-funded, very respectable. Meanwhile, Qin Mu's squad, they're just standing there, waiting awkwardly. Monk Junkei is chewing his lip. Yue Qinghong is staring at the sky like he's praying for a miracle. And then they see it. Oh man, a wreck of a ship comes wobbling through the clouds like a drunk pigeon. Board shaking, hull full of holes, air hissing out of every gap. It somehow manages to land in front of Hall of Supreme Learning without exploding. Qin Mu beams. Our ship is here, and the entire team collectively stops breathing. Qin Wanyun, Yun Kuei, Yue Qinghong, all of them look like they just watched their future funeral procession fly in. The mast is broken, there's no sail, half the ship looks like someone chewed it. Then a giant, tattooed, bare-armed man jumps onto the deck with a grin like he owns the world. Old brother, I'm late. This dude looks like trouble. The kind that steals your money and laughs while doing it. Qin Mu walks up, Hu Ling-er and the Dragon Kailin trotting beside him, and asks casually, "This ship was fine last time. What happened?" Fan Yuanshou sighs dramatically. Don't even start. I took one more trip and ran into those Three Wonders Castle ladies again. They released their bugs, I was flying too fast, and bam, straight into the swarm. Turned my treasure ship into a giant strainer. Then he looks at the scholars and flashes a charming, totally untrustworthy smile. Scholars, when you all become officials, take care of me. I've turned over a new leaf recently. Young Kei leans in and whispers, will this ship fall apart the moment it goes up? Qin Mu is also wondering that. This cloud-chasing pirate ship looks like it's being held together by hope and bad decisions. Fan Yuanshou slaps his chest. It won't. My brothers patched it with runes. Very sturdy. Old brother Qin, when you're free, forge me an iron shell ship. What is too fragile? Make the furnaces stronger, use black iron. Qin Mu is like, that'll cost a fortune. You got that kind of money and blueprints? Fan Yunsho rubs his hands, guilty as ever. After robbing, after doing business everywhere, I saved up enough. Blueprints? That's harder. But come on. Everyone bored. We'll talk inside. Everyone gets on and Yue Qingheng looks around. Yeah, these aren't sailors. These look like criminals on lunch break. Tattoos, scars, missing eyes, missing noses, the works. Some even give off divine arts practitioner vibes, which is somehow more unsettling. The ship starts rising slowly, painfully slowly, like an overworked ox dragging a broken cart. Everyone is depressed. Qin Wanyun whispers, these people are bandits. Powerful ones, divine arts practitioners, most of them. Academic Qin probably got tricked by them. We need to be careful. And then, whoom, the whole ship erupts forward so fast, the sky slaps them in the face. It breaks the sound barrier with a scream. Barrels fly off the deck and explode midair from sheer pressure. Everyone grabs onto something, eyes wide. This dilapidated ship, it starts passing every official airship like they're standing still, straight up leaving them behind. With this speed, they could reach Surging River in 1 or 2 days. Shinmu, totally calm. He made the furnace after all. He says, it's fine. It won't fall apart. Fan Yunsho shouts confidently, it won't. I thought it would once, but after a few passenger trips, it's still intact. Probably won't fall apart this time either. Whoosh! A deck board gets ripped clean off and shoots backward like a deadly frisbee. Fan Yunsho yells, don't worry, second brother. Replace the deck, bring another. That one got blown off too. Relax, everyone. I'm experienced. And then they fly into a rainstorm. Rain pours onto the ship, drenching everyone, including Fan Yunsho. And suddenly, Hulinger gasps, Old Xiao, your tattoos are washing off. Total panic. Bandits everywhere look down and scream. One shouts, Big brother, my scar washed off. And yet, turns out half their terrifying appearance completely fake. And this ship, somehow even more chaotic than it looked. Fan Yunsho is standing there in the rain, colors dripping off him like a melting painting. And he's trying so hard to keep his dignity intact. He clears his throat and says, half embarrassed, when we get off later, we can just find painters to put everything back. But honestly, we've all turned good now, right? Maybe we don't even need tattoos anymore. Second brother, take off your eye patch. You're scaring the scholars. And the second mate just pulls off the eye patch. Perfectly fine eye, not a scratch. Monk Yunkia leans in, whispering the world's most obvious observation. These bandits are starting to look a little unreliable. Yeah, no kidding. But Shinmu, he's just chilling with the bandit captain like they're old classmates. He takes out a computational cannon, basically a math scripture, and starts asking Fan Yunsho legit academic questions. Meanwhile, Hulinger grabs a handkerchief and wipes the dragon tattoo on Fan Yunsho's back, and the dragon head disappears instantly. Fan Yunsho flinches. Fox, stop messing around. Hulinger pouts. I thought they were real tattoos. You guys just painted them on? Fan Yunsho gives this awkward little laugh. How painful would real ones be? Our parents gave us our bodies. How could we just scribble all over them? Which is hilarious, coming from a man who pretends to be a pirate king. Then Shinmu taps the pages of the computational canon and asks, Senior Brother Fan, the basic numerals Shi, Bai, Qian, Wan, those make sense. But these huge ones, Yi, Zhao, Jing, Gai, Zi, Rang, who needs numbers this big? What are they even used for? Fan Yunsho nods like he's explained this 100 times. I asked the Tao Master too. He said they're for immeasurable calculations. Then he breaks it down like it's nothing. Between Wan and Yi is the Wan system. 10,000 Wans is Yi. 10,000 Yis is Zhao. 10,000 Zhaos is Jing. 10,000 Jings is Gai. The numbers just keep climbing until your brain starts overheating. And that's just the big stuff. There's no end going downward either. After 1 comes Fen, Li, Hao, Si, all the way to these tiny units like Klingjing. Those are decimal places. Fen is 1/10, Li is 100th. It goes smaller and smaller. Shinmu's eyes widen. So, what exactly do Konghu and Qingjing measure? Fan Yunsho answers like it's the most normal thing in the world. The smallest particles in vital key. Oh, right. Sure. The smallest possible particle of magical energy.
no big deal. He keeps going. The 14th writing of Dao's sword requires runes to be carved into those particles. Without these calculations, you can't cultivate it. And forging treasures, same deal. If you're off by even a tiny bit, the whole thing goes wrong. Qinmu just stares at the computational cannon like it personally offended him. You can practically hear the gears in his brain grinding. Finally, he breathes out, Taosek's algebra really is insane. Fan Yunxiao laughs and continues teaching. Turns out he's already reached the 5th writing of Dao Sect, which means, yes, the tattoo washing, eye patch faking, rain-drenched pirate captain is a legit algebra expert. And Qinmu? He just listens sincerely, soaking in every word, while the ship continues rocketing through the sky like a barely held together missile. So guys, that was the episode 60 spoiler. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and tell me in the comments which episode you want next. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!